All right, we are starting in New Orleans with team coverage of the post-Ida cleanup. NBC News correspondent Shaq Brewster's in Mid-City. He's tracking residents as they're trying to just get basic necessities. NBC News correspondent Ellison Barber's in the French Quarter, where they're trying to get the power back on. No easy job today, that's for sure. All right, Ellison, I understand the heat index is over 100 degrees in New Orleans today, and the lights are back on in a small portion of the city, but most people still don't have power. How are they dealing with it? What else are you seeing there today? And honestly, how hot does it feel?
Yeah, I mean, right now it's the best it's felt all day today. It has been all day brutally hot. You can see kind of over here some of they have chainsaws out here where they're starting to try to get this tree that collapsed cleaned up. This area over here, another example of just some of the damage, devastation in the area. The big devastation, though, is the stuff that you can't really see. It is, as you said, thousands of people without power. The power company says they've gotten a little bit of light back on in part of eastern New Orleans. It was sooner than expected, but it is really not a lot for most people. They are still in the dark. They are still without any sort of air conditioning. And because they don't have power, people are having a very difficult time figuring out where they can go to get help. They don't have access to internet. Many of them, their phones have died now. Their cars, they've run out of gas. The power company, they've said that they will focus first on getting power back to areas where it's critical that they have power soon. Hospitals, 911 centers, places like that. For other people, realizing that it could be days, weeks before they get some sort of relief and see their power come back on. Some of them are deciding that they should leave, and they are leaving now, but that's not easy to do at this point, and it's not an option for everyone. We were in the 9th Ward earlier today talking to residents there about what they've been experiencing, what they've been seeing. Here's some of what they told us.
Today, I'm going to get myself together, and I'm going to have to go. I realize, see, when I was younger, I could deal with the heat. But since I'm old, I can't deal with the heat.
How long do you think you can manage in these conditions? And
if need be, we'll survive as long as we have to. But I'm going to just estimate and say we might have about a month worth of
so y'all stocked up
provisions.
Real well.
Oh, yeah. Well, my wife, she's a hoarder. And we have all kind of stuff in there. And thank God she's like that, because now we need it.
And speaking to that second man you heard from there, Howard, he said that for those who didn't leave, his family was one of them. They'd survived Hurricane Katrina. They've dealt with a lot of storms in the past, but he also said it simply wasn't an option, that they didn't have the money to leave. To leave, you have to pay to stay in hotels. You need money, you need gas, rather, to get out of the area. At this point, gas is really hard to come by. It is expensive to leave the airport. No flights are leaving out of there. So a lot of people really are stuck, even if at this point they feel like it would be better for them to leave. I met one woman who was waiting, 30+ minutes to buy a block of ice. She needed that ice because she takes medicine that has to be refrigerated, and she no longer had any sort of ice packaging or anywhere cold for her medicine. She said she wanted to fly out to go stay with her son in Minneapolis, but there are no flights, so she was stuck. She waited 30+ minutes in the heat to pay $5 for a block of ice. Allison.
Ellison, the human spirit is just amazing. Looking at Howard, they're still smiling, laughing about his wife being a hoarder with all that they're dealing with then. I'm blown away by the resilience of the people of New Orleans. They are just something else. I understand. It was amazing. Just amazing. I understand the city now has a curfew as well. Can you tell us about that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it's a nighttime curfew, and they've said that that is in part to prevent looting. The police chief here has said that they've made some arrests related to looting, but he didn't give a specific number at last update that we saw. I think he was asked about that, but didn't give a specific number. We have not seen anything like that take place. We've mostly met people like Howard and Betty, who you just heard from there, who are doing the best they can to get by and to help their neighbors in need. But that curfew is in place, and city officials say it's to prevent any sort of nefarious activity or something like looting in the evening hours.
Sure makes a lot of sense. Ellison, I know you were paid to do it, but my goodness, we were impressed with your resilience as well. You've been out here all day long with a smile also. Thank you for your reporting. It's so important that people understand what's going on there.